It's not really raining.
Okay, cool.
Bula! I ain't it.
So, welcome to the very first Amacreatives, right? Amacreatives, right?
Amacreatives.
Welcome to the very first Amacreatives. This is gonna be one of plenty that we're gonna be reviewing brands once more. Within the ad industry, within the communication industry, to see if they're doing work that is resonating within the market, especially our market, you know, and to see if they're nailing it or they're doing wrong. You know, we'll give them a thumbs up if they're doing something right, and then we'll give them a thumbs down if they've completely missed it, you know. I think it's quite important for us as marketers, advertisers, and creative entrepreneurs and strategists, that it's with time that within 2018 that, you know, we get proper work that gets represented properly for the demographics, which is the insights that we would have as well, correct? You know, whether it's automotive, whether it's digital, whether it's communication.
If you're selling.
Right, and the work deserves to be reviewed, you know. But sometimes it's a bit wapa, you know. The brand might be amazing, but the work might be completely you know. I think this also gives like a space for brands to find some solace into who do they go to if they're getting it wrong, you know. And I think this platform should be one of the first to actually do that for them, that they actually, you know, come to. Or what? Well, look, the specialist, there you go. Look, I mean, you know, this also will involve a whole lot of you out there, you know, who would review the work and whether you agree with us or not on what you think about the work. So I think a lot of the opinion will also be based on what you think of the work, and our reviews, and us being in the industry for quite a while have got quite a strong opinion of what is right and what is wrong, correct? With me, I got Mr. Interview Drive on my left. Of course, on my left, I got Mr. Lebo Mu. I got two partners with me who are in the strategy platform. We've got a couple of brands to go through today, so we're gonna go detailed, and without further ado, let's go in. South Africa currently has 4 network coverage services. Vodacom. So this is the 5th one, right? Vodacom, Cell C, MTN, Telkom, and
6 actually. Is Virgin still active?
Oh, yeah, they did.
I think should we make it like a 5.5?
And there's Trace, There's Trace.
Oh, there's Trace as well.
I don't know where they are.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, Trace also wanted to get into the market. I don't know what the market share of Virgin and Trace are so far, but maybe it calls for another review in terms of those ones and see how well they're doing. Maybe they still need our help.
5.5.
Well, let's hope that this new exciting one won't be like a half, but will be a fully fledged, and maybe it has got like capacity to be long lasting within the market. I mean, it looks like it is.
You know what they need, yeah? I'm not gonna say anything, but
Bula. I ain't there.
But you also need a good proposition. You need to be killing it. You can't say data must fall and still be 50 rand a gig. I think that's still too safe.
Okay, so Lebo went straight into it. Went straight into it. So I mean, you can see it's already getting heated up. What we are talking about, if you're not aware of it, if you're kind of like clueless of what we're talking about, we're talking about RAIN, R-A-I-N, Bula, a new network that has currently hit the South African market.
Congratulations to Kaya for joining RAIN. Therefore,
yes,
we're expecting some amazing work.
No pressure whatsoever. So RAIN, Bula, Imvula, first and foremost, their colors, I think, is it a little bit close to Telkom maybe, with the blue? Yeah. Do you think it's a raindrop? Close?
Is it a raindrop?
Because they are
Yeah, it's a
It is a
raindrop.
raindrop.
yeah.
Raindrop.
A clear, their SIM card is kind of is clear, so maybe that's something that is quite
What's in
refreshing.
blue?
Yeah. If you go to rain.co.za, you can see what they're all about and the intro to the market and their current offerings. Look, they say that they are currently the best in the market pertaining to data. Right? They say they are the custodians of data must fall. Looking by the website, Chance, I don't know. What do you think? Lebo, I know you had like quite a few to say about that.
I mean, it's. To be honest, it feels like somebody took a Western website and just dropped in some South African faces. Like it's. I'm not sure that it's landed yet. I'm not sure if you looked at it from the US and you didn't look at the URL. I don't know if you would know that this is a South African company. I think there's just the static is estranged from the environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just feels like they took photos, but
Yeah. Do you think maybe perhaps because it's got a much younger appeal? You know, I mean, if you look at data usage within the country, or even it is worldwide, most of the data that is used within the mobile space, obviously not within the corporate space, within the mobile space, and kind of like looking like that's what it's targeting to open up their campaign. Do you think maybe it's because of that?
Does it look youthful though? I don't know, because does it look youthful to you?
I don't know, man.
Does it translate?
I think the website is fine.
Okay.
I think the website is fine. Navigation, easy to use.
Yeah.
You get, so they give you what they're about. As you scroll, there's the video, get a SIM card, let's get personal, customize your SIM, and set your spend limit, unleash your data. But for me, obviously it's not like they came yesterday. They've been around for a while. But I still don't know.
What's your story?
Yeah. Okay. Look. Perhaps to be fair, right? I think one of the most unique offerings that they come into the market with is that to have a cellular network, a network within the country is I think such a big logistical nightmare. First of all,
but I think from what I've seen and what they've said. I don't think they've articulated themselves clearly. Like I don't know what to do. So I've got a Cell C SIM card on my phone. I've got a modem which is Cell C. If they're offering data, what must I do? Do I get a new mobile? Modem, or do I need to buy a cell phone so that I can use them, or what am I supposed to do?
Okay.
There's no call to action for me.
Yeah.
Yes, data, the mobile, the data only mobile, or
no contact, no bundles, no expiry. Look, also once more, maybe perhaps we are still in a teaser space. You know, maybe it's still a teaser space.
How long is this teaser? This guy's having a hell.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Stop teasing us. Stop teasing us.
It's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
There's a post, June 11. They've been around, man.
Yeah. So you have been around for quite a while.
5 months.
So it's been quite a while, right?
It's been a while.
In fact, why is there no rain on this thing, man? It must rain, guys. These guys are playing, guys.
You know, in the clubs, like, you know, it used to rain money and champagne.
Yeah! Data! That button, you know that button?
Yeah.
Actually, that's what they need. You need a rain hour. You need a rain hour?
Yeah.
Like, what is that thing? Open hour. Open time. Open time.
Open time.
So if you couldn't afford Mnet, open up that slot just for 2 hours so you can realize what you're missing.
So you're saying they haven't created enough excitement yet for everybody to really like want to like get this thing.
And also the weather report, right? The weather report is the perfect place for them to live. Think about the weather report. place for them to live. Who else?
Has the brand launched? Has it launched?
It's there.
Well, the product's available, so the brand's launched.
But then also, why would you announce the new CMO for product? Like, I mean, it's there. The website is running. The Facebook page has got 9,000. The brand is there.
Maybe this is a challenge to Rain to say, send us your SIM cards. Let's test drive your shit.
Yeah.
See whether you're worth your salt.
Yeah.
You know, give you another review, guys.
Yeah. You know? So Ray, this is we just did our first round of you and your brand. As you can see, the consensus, still a little bit of confusion of what's happening. Maybe perhaps you've got like some surprises under your sleeves. I personally am looking forward to that. Some people are kind of impatient about that. And perhaps, we promised to get like the SIMS card and go through that whole process of registering online, and then we'll get the feedback and then tell you guys how the product is functioning. Correct?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Cool. We're talking about T20. If you haven't seen it, just take a look right about now.
They say cricket is boring.
Oh wow, boring, Mazani.
Boring. The summer sun.
Right?
Every agency has an ad that they embarrassed about.
Should have never.
Expression, but on my side, I'm like, you can actually see this was a very exciting brief, to go to the agency, and then you wonder who messed it up, where did it go wrong? Was the client putting too much opinion on this that they really messed it up? Because we know very well, like, this is a very good agency that produced this good piece of work.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that. I mean, they are ranked number 3 in terms of the creative circle, I think. Yeah, in terms of like the creative edge. So we know odd number is very similar. You put odd number with great, it's the same WhatsApp group.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So please include the brand SA one.
Yes,
just 30 seconds.
Yes, definitely. Also see the brand SA work, which you should also view, just so that you check the track record of odd number. And I think also we'll put for the retail side, we'll put also the Wimpy stuff. Check out the Wimpy stuff as well, so that you can check it out. Very great record from Spoo and his team over there at Odd Number.
And there are many parts to producing an ad. There's the client, there's the production team, there's the actual agency themselves. So let's talk about where we think this thing has gone wrong. For me particularly, it doesn't feel like it had any kind of cohesive strategy holding it together.
Wait. That's the strategy. You see that ad?
What the cricket is boring?
Get it as in they shot the strategy, as in the creative didn't they were presented with the strategy and Kat was like, that's what you shoot. and
that's what you shoot. And that's what was shot.
So exactly.
Celebrities and Jamana.
Exactly. So if when you look at the ad, what the ad is addressing are the points that were pointed out by the strategist.
The
challenges. People don't like cricket.
Cricket is boring.
And it's going to be summer, so they must go watch it.
In the summer.
And
people like soccer, so put your money in there somehow.
And then client says, let's use the things we have. Let's use Tumi. Let's use Nina Hasty. Let's use Lerato. Let's use... And that's where it got messed up. I think to your point, the brief was amazing. And then I'm sure, I can bet my life on it. The guys came up with a dope creative, and then client said...
for me, the thing felt like it was too rushed, as well. I don't know if somewhere there in SAPC, somebody during November was like, oh guys, or like late October, last week of October. It's like, oh damn, we need to do something for the festive season.
Even the T20 has been delayed for the last 4 or 5 months. So it was on and then was off and then was on and then it was off. And I know we must admit there are other parts to the creative product. So what's happening with the client will affect the agency, will affect the production, who's available, who can shoot. I can imagine you can't get an amazing director also just on the drop of a hat.
Yeah, of course.
Just because
you have to book them in advance, correct,
so,
right?
I think all of those things will have played into the role, into how this thing has panned out. You know, it's lackluster at most. In good.
I know. This, like, wait, if you think about the product that they're selling, T20 is high paced. Score. That's what people love T20. Like, it's about the sixes, the fours. Wait, but you look at the ad. But
cricket is about 6s and 4s. The ad was a duck.
The ad is still coming. The ad is coming.
Wow.
I know.
For me, I can see how there was some relevance on, they tried to get like the social media of who's trending right about now. I get hence like, the trending essay people are there. Osiam is there.
Oh, Kosiami, get your
Matausen finally has broke through. He's done his first ad. Finally, I thought somebody would use him. Eventually, he eventually did, but I don't know if it was used appropriately. You know what I mean? I think he can actually really give us some really great content.
Yeah.
That the dude himself, even the Onko Siam guy, I think they've got like a leadway to give some really, but I think they were not utilized to their utmost best on this time. I think everybody didn't get used. Dumi is a really, really great actor. She's a really great performer
And comedian.
I just don't think
It was
like
flat.
I don't think like that she was utilized to her best. She was shouting half the time. I really enjoyed her towards the end of the day where she was like talking to the pace of the thing. Nina Hasty is also she's a comedian as well.
She says nothing,
She
man.
says like only like one word. Nina, the whole thing was a mess, and I think it deserves to be known that creatively there could have been like much justice done on this piece of work, and I think
You can see there was a gem somewhere.
Yeah. And it was a great brief. I mean, I would have also like loved to work on that, and I'm sure. Look, like I said, Odd Number probably presented a really well articulated brief, which something really went wrong over there.
Client went wrong. Over
Yeah. and because of that, this one doesn't get a thumbs up, I guess, right?
No.
Well, from this desk, definitely doesn't. Maybe SABC are getting some raisins, but they're not as detailed as we are, because we're reviewing this as Amacreatives, and just so that we can keep up the level of work and the detail within it, so that we can really come up with great work that.
No. How long is this ad? 1 minute. I need my 1 minute back. Booyah. I need it back.
And we will take advice from agency and client on what to drop.
Yeah.
Happy to do that.
Yeah.
And also,
we're actually happy to get the feedback on like what really like went wrong on that one.
Also,
because we really want the work to like be high and like fix the work where we should. As
this looks. I think that's the problem with references. They showed them. I don't know who showed it. Somebody showed them a DSTV reference, or maybe client.
Yeah.
Client was like,
this is our competition.
this is how. Guys, you see how they do Kumnande Kai? You've got people from.
You're right.
You've got people from.
Actually, that is so relevant.
From the river, you've got people from Isibaya. You've got Somizi there doing nothing, and then it's like, guys.
Yeah. So that's us from our side on that one. If the intent on this, on what really went wrong? Oh, Nkosi yami.
Oh, you disagree?
Please. Oh, you disagree? You think it's something? Look, let us know. You know, if there is, put the comments down. Give us like all your points on why you think so. We've given some of ours. You know, we went into detail. You know, but like, let us know. Yeah, let us know what you think. If you really feel strongly about it, and then yeah. But from here, consensus is. Communications once more. We're highlighting a brand and perhaps the agency as well that is doing exceptionally well, right? Whereby it's one of like the old dogs, and you know these days like old dogs, like they've got like a 50-50 chance these days of not like doing that well, you know. So really we're giving like an all thumbs up perhaps to great work being done by MTN and TBWA. Right, I think the partnership has been growing so fluently, amazing. Right about now, I think ever since they got in the brand, they started quite like slow onto it, and I think they're nailing it as they going into. I mean, and was a network. Look, I mean, yeah, I think it moved from what was that agency that collapsed? Of Paul Warner's agency, Metropolitan. Yeah. You know. Also, they started very well, and then they started doing very shit where it was just like plain yellow things, and I mean, it's like MTN really like was taking a dip, I think. And I think it's seeing the light. MTN is literally going yellow, you know. Within especially this season, with the current campaign, We Got You, really deserves to be looked at and really deserves to be highlighted as Buffet to your work is not too bad. The work is really great. Yeah,
it's looking good.
From their product communication to their brand ad and to the what's the third one?
The competition.
To the competition. Win. We Got You is really a great campaign. The first one that they have, which is currently all over the social network, is the topic that everybody's complaining about. Data must fall. I think it's sign up with MTN and get blah 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 data, which is supposed to make your life better, with the guy that is drowning in water,
in sweat.
I mean,
his girlfriend wants to go on YouTube and watch videos in HD. So that's a really beautiful insight, I think. And it really shows in the work that there was a real human insight, you know, that went into thinking about this, and you can see actually yourself in that situation.
Sure.
And it resonates. I think that's what's really beautiful about that. I think it's a really clever and funny take on this issue actually. And also like adverts aren't that funny anymore.
Sure.
Really nice, funny advert where humor takes front stage, but the brand doesn't follow it. It's a nice connection. Beautiful.
I mean, it's really way out there. I mean, of like drowning in water, and then literally like having that within the whole commercial. It's just like a way out there and beautiful thing that client was also very brave. You know what I mean? To say, fuck, let's go ahead with that. You know, this is like the stuff that advertising I think is like made of. Which and within the telecommunication space, you know, that you don't go show and tell, you know, all the time, that you do something that is way out there and entertaining. And I think when we got into advertising, that is the stuff that we really wanted to do, right? So really thumbs up with that, right?
And as urban poets Kendrick Lamar says, we're gonna be right. We're gonna be all right.
We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright.
Wow, right?
Because if you think about it, what this guy is going through is what Pula is talking about.
Yeah.
That's what the rain guys are talking about.
Yeah.
But then they've got. I mean, this is I mean, when you don't have enough data, this is literally how you think about going through.
Yeah.
To go into Instagram is like, that's the end of you. To take selfies and post, like, that's the end of you. So you need to be smart about your data. But she's your girl, so you can't. And the funny thing is, you need to keep your cool. But you can't. So there are 4 ads. There's the new girl. There's Wave and Win. There's Entertainment Pass, and there's Mahala Post.
Mahala Post is amazing.
Allah,
Mahala Post is amazing.
You have insufficient funds to make that call.
Miss Insufficient Funds.
Beauty, another beautiful one, another funny piece, another beautiful performances, and none of these have a on camera performance. You know what I mean? But they say such a lot without even saying a word out of their mouths. You know what I mean?
I think they're based.
They really nailed the performances.
They're all based on human insights, on human behavior, on human truths. We can relate. I mean,
and telecoms insights, you know, like mobile insights, you know what I mean? Like the Miss Insufficient. You know what I mean? Real mobile insights. Like,
and that lady, when you've got like
you still have insufficient funds in that voice. And I think that lady is consistent within all the networks. It's as if all the networks agree that you know we'll have that one lady.
This lady makes you feel like you don't have money.
So they literally have just came that lady. Really beautiful work that has been done. And look, let's not dismiss the fact that, you know, whether you're MTN or maybe shall I say the main 3 big networks between MTN, Vodacom and Cell C, let's not dismiss the fact that
Telkom is not big,
No, I'm talking about particularly data, that you know that data rates are really ridiculous. I think MTN is the highest amongst all of them actually, right? But you know the communication does such a good job. You actually tend to like take that out the window for like a second or two there.
But then the question is, are you gonna buy an MTN SIM card?
I think it specifically talks about like the contract over there, like a contract kind of vibe. I don't think it's a.
I think these are more
like a prepaid kind of type of a thing.
No, but
I think they do that job of like brand equity for me. Do you know what I mean?
But will you switch?
That's the question. Will you switch?
Look,
will you buy an MTN SIM card?
Look. Within the communication, this is not a hard sell that is communicating that for me. But I think
so. How do you judge?
It resonates within like the MTN customers already. That look,
no,
we're still okay.
I'm not. So what is the point?
No.
What is the point?
No, there is a point.
What is the point?
Today.
When are you gonna switch?
I might not switch today. Look, there is a point. We gotta build equity.
Yes, for me, it's saying that.
We gotta tell a story of
exactly.
what we believe,
Fair enough.
what we stand for,
Fair enough.
who we are, right?
Fair enough.
Yes.
But I think with the Mahala call, and I think I posted on Facebook that they should have brought that Mahala guy, man. You know, if that guy. So they're saying Mahala calls are back.
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
The Mahala calls guy.
That was the other agency.
Yeah.
That was the other agency, though. You see,
No,
like,
but
they don't
no.
like the
Nah, forget the agency.
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
No. We
It's a
are
brand.
our own people.
It's a brand.
No,
asset,
it's
like
a brand
everything.
asset. Yeah, it's a brand. The brand owns that history.
Yeah, like Heidi said, you know, it takes a village to raise a brand. So you can't throw an asset because somebody else did them.
So
Actually crazy.
Google used the right terminology. Hey, you know, people like Google, they're smart. She says it adds to the memory structure of the brand.
Yeah.
When I saw Mahala calls, that guy came to mind. I was like, but there's a voice, there's a tone, there's a face to this Mahala call as an asset. So if you were to unbundle this thing and break it up and say, out of all the assets, what does this remind you of? The Mahala calls, it's that guy, it's the voice, it's the energy, you know. I think there was an opportunity to do that thing.
Do that really well, yeah.
To do that thing. But anyway, also, you know, I can imagine with some brands and briefs, Mahala calls, entertainment brief, Wave and Win, new girl, can come in one brief. They say, we want this. We want one ad.
Yeah.
So
and then they were able to like separate them.
So I like the way they each ad or each piece of communication it does a job.
Yeah.
You know.
Look. I mean, and then you can see according to the views already on YouTube. You know,
I know the entertainment pass.
The entertainment pass guy. That's the data guy. The guy that's drowning. It's 3 weeks and it's got 1.8 views.
That's amazing.
The new girl, the ad has been up for a month. It's got 1.6. So you can clearly see. And then Mahala course is 4 days. I think that might just also,
it's gonna change. It's gonna go up.
Yeah, it's gonna go up. I think it's a great competitor between the two. So, entertainment pass is really and for people to like play an ad over to play an ad like for a communication, like they're doing pretty good, bro.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I mean, you're competing with like music videos here.
No, that's music video stuff.
That's music video stuff.
No, but also,
if you're entering a territory of music video, you're fucking doing well in that market, in that
also,
sector, right?
But
yeah.
In fact, they should have called it FOMO.
Should have called it FOMO.
Gotcha. Yeah. But anyway, I think what this illustrates is you need to give.
How do we sum it up?
You need to give an agency and a brand time to evolve with the work.
Yeah.
The work. To craft. Even if it's a different campaign, it's the same people working on the same brand. So you get to know the brand better. You get to ideate or brainstorm better around it. If you look at the Boza working pack was dope, but I don't know why it's got so less views. But then there's another brief, and then the work gets better. So I think there's that element also of give the agencies a chance, and time. Yeah. So if we judge them based on the body of work, I think maybe out of 10 it could be 6, 7,
You mean overall?
Overall, based on
I'll give it a 7.
No. The pay was whack.
No, but like, what's the network? What's the pay of line?
It didn't mean anything.
The campaign.
No, it meant like we are the Boza of all networks.
You know how I think this thing came about. And what's beautiful about not being in there is that we can be creative about how things came about. For me, it's like, guys, do you guys remember Ayoba?
I mean, there's that they we need something.
We need something
as Ayoba. Look, you can't compare it with Ayoba. There's no way.
But you see,
but Ayoba at that time. It was relevant at that time. Like Boza was past June.
Now, but it's expired. It's the Boza. First of all, Boza network. What are you saying? You know what it is?
We pause our page.
No.
We pause.
No, I know.
What does it mean for me? What does that mean for me?
But then, do you want to get...
No, what does that mean for me?
No, but then, I mean, then you would ask the same semantics of like, what does Ayoba mean then?
No.
You know what I mean?
We're comparing with... We got you.
Oh, we got you. Okay.
Got you.
No,
and also you have to... In what essence? When you say... It's like saying you're the number one network. How? How are you the Boza network when people are complaining about
data?
Like, you cannot be the Boza. That's a claim.
Boza who?
Yes, and it's okay to claim. It's okay to claim within the industry. We know that it's okay to position yourself even though when you're not, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, absolutely, to like sell that concept.
But it's even better that you got my back.
But, okay, so here's the thing, right? Boza is entrenched within the brand. They're talking about themselves.
Yeah.
We got you.
It talks about the consumer.
Thank you. That's why you've got 1.8 million versus 7,000 views.
Yeah.
So I think you see Boza.
Nice. That's a great review actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That is fantastic.
You know what is Boza?
That is where you tick the boxes, right?
Boza is
you get the fucking audience.
Yeah. Compared to being about the audience.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what is Boza?
That's
Boza is art. That's great piece of art in execution.
That's got nothing to do with me.
We got you advertising. Now they're telling me, they're talking to me.
What I'm gonna get out of it.
Yeah. So what were they saying?
Just like Chidori was crafty. Fucking crafty.
Okay, let's not get into that now.
No, I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. So yeah. That's.
Okay, we're getting hard now.
Yeah.
Let's get the roll, eh?
Yeah. So I mean. So yeah, I think
we got you prepared. Yeah.
I think for me that those last couple of lines were really like on point, whereby we got to at the end of the day, what does the brand get to do for the consumer? You know, is it about talking about yourself and stroking your own ego, which sometimes is quite a great thing to do, but perhaps this time we can see who the winner is based on the views as well. You know, it's not only just us talking about it.
Absolutely.
Like you know, the views also speak for itself. That when you make it about the consumer, it also means a lot to the consumer. It will actually give back to you. You know, you guys asked earlier on, will I switch? No, maybe I wouldn't switch, but maybe do I get entertained by what the brand is trying to offer me, and will I consider it if I want, maybe not switch, maybe get a second SIM card?
Yeah.
Because there's also you know, we've got people have like 2 mobiles now, but more than 2 mobiles now. So I think the market is changing. So it's not about switching maybe as much, but will my next device have an MTN? I might consider that.
But I think the fact that you're in the consideration, absolutely now in your consideration set, like I'm definitely a bit more warm and fuzzy about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think, I think if we go logically step by step, I think we are in the consideration stage.
Nice.
So if I were to lose my phone now, so I've got I'm using Cell C, but if I were to lose my phone, I might consider different options. You know, to say, okay, but
well, before you wouldn't even consider. Now it's like shit.
Yeah.
So I think
I'm taking that on your now. So
so
beautiful because the brand level.
The brand,
The brand level. So I'll go and look at your products.
Exactly.
You know, because you got me at brand.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Hey, excuse the pun. Oh, pun intended. You got me.
Which you know, and here's
first Amacreatives we've done. So this is gonna be something that will be going on from now on, onto the website, onto the Facebook group, and all the other platforms. You know, very much open. This will also live because of you, your comments, what you think about it, subscribing on the website. You know, this will come also as a newsletter as well. So if you haven't seen one, if you haven't missed the last one, because they're not necessarily going to be every week, but they'll be based on what content is out there. And also, this actually opens up for all the agencies, all the clients, all the corporates to send us their content which needs to be reviewed. This is a platform that opens up for you to know what the market is thinking about your work. So utilize this platform. I think it's been something that the industry has been waiting for. We're happy to do these reviews for you.
And also I think it's an opportunity for the guys who create the work to come and speak about the work that they create.
Well, even better.
So maybe it's not us all the time. Like you guys can
But even better for the client to tell us what the actual results are of the work.
Yes. If the work actually worked.
Yeah, we'd love to do a proper strategic review, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did it work? Did it move the needle? You know, did the summer campaign do what the summer campaign is supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Or our ads just winning, but are doing really bad on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we also need to know and this is preparing for the Amacreatives Awards, 2019.
But these awards, they have to be real, right?
Yes. No, these awards are gonna be real. I think even the awarding of it, you know, I think there's too much of trophies been given. I think the awards have to be like substantial. You know, if there is a director, a young and up and coming director that has won, the director really has to go to, let's say, like Nollywood. You know, go to Nollywood, like an experience over there. You know, if a brand has done well on the market and it's a new established brand, well, let the brand interact with the people somehow, or let that edge, you know, let the awards really be real and not just be on the merit of trophies. You know, if a student wins, let the student go straight into get like a 5 years sort of like deal with an agency or something like that. You know, that can be like really substantial awarding that happens within it. Like we are gonna introduce a really new substantial awarding system that happens here, and not just, you know, the luries. So get it don't stop up these days in total, you know what I mean? And sometimes they really don't do anything. So yeah.
No, that's true. I mean, like what you need is 2 million rand worth of AdWords.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's saying your campaign's amazing, and if Google can give me 2 million worth of AdWords, right? That changes the game for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Facebook can give me some, you know, some support, it changes the game for me. You know what I mean? But like, give me an award. Drive me up to Durban and then get me drunk.
Yeah, we want ads that people have actually seen, man.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we have human beings judging this shit.
No, but I think, like we said, there, digital is amazing. 1.6 million views.
You can really tell. Yeah.
We can tell.
7,000. You can tell what, you know.
You can tell.
So yeah, for the first review, that was us, Zed Mudirabula,
Bokhosi Mutseba,
Amacreatives,
Think and Hear,
Ask. I'm a
Amar Reviews.